الرحيم ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين شفيع المذنبين وخاتم النبيين نبينا وشفينا وحبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا أبي القاسم محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم لعن أول ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تابع له ولا ذلك اللهم لعن الإصابة التي جاحدت الحسين وشايعت وبايعت وتابعت على قتله اللهم لعنهم جميعا أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد وفرقانه الحميد وهو أصدق الصادقين وقوله الحق. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر. ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. آمنا بالله وصدق الله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Respected scholars, elders of the community, my brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is the 19th night of the holy month of Ramadan. The nights of Laylatul Qadr are upon us, and I give you the commemoration and I give you the condolences on the wafat of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. I know that many of you, in fact all of you, are listening to this online, and we are locked down in our homes, but Allah has given us an opportunity to get the families together and spend the nights, inshallah, these wonderful nights of Qadr, together with our families in doing the worship and the supplications and the du'as to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we pray with the wasila of our holy Imam, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam, that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our du'as and our amals on these auspicious nights. In the series of lectures, the next 4 nights, we want to learn from the commander of the faithful. We want to learn from Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. We want to learn from Imam al-Muttaqeen alayhi salam, the master of the pious, on what it is to have proximity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how can we in these nights become annihilated in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see, scholars have viewed Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi through many different lenses. Some have looked at him through his justice. Some have described his courage. Some have talked about his bravery. Yet some have talked about his kindness and his generosity. Some have talked about his leadership and governorship. And some have talked about his knowledge and his wisdom. But there is an overarching fundamental domain to Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. And that is his life as a Gnostic person, as a mystic. Ali ibn Abi Talib through irfan and through spirituality. There is no doubt, as he himself has said, that everything that I do, I only see Allah before it, and I see Allah during it, and I see Allah after it. This is what is meant by that journey where the journey where a person takes that journey and becomes completely dissolved in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, becomes completely annihilated in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then emerges from that as a person where even he himself is not witnessing his own existence. He only witnesses himself as a manifestation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ayatollah Jawadi Amuli, speaks of the Gnostic life of Amir al-Mu'mineen and challenges that life of Ali was a life of gnosis, a life of mysticism, and it was not a life of philosophy or theology. Today, in this lecture, inshallah, we wish to examine that component of Amir al-Mu'mineen, of Ali ibn Abi Talib's Gnostic life in the battlefield. One may argue, that a personality like Ali would be expected to be completely annihilated in his worship and his prayers and his supplications. But what is his state when he is engulfed in the most intense situation in the battlefield? How does he connect with Allah? How is he dissolved with Allah? Even when he is in this most intense situation in the battlefield. A person who is in the battlefield has to be focused on the job at hand. His life and indeed the life of others may depend on it. But you see that Ali ibn Abi Talib, even in his life in the battlefield, is still completely dissolved in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the Battle of Khandaq, for example, and I don't have the time to explain to you the historical context of this battle, I just want you to illustrate the state of Ali ibn Abi Talib in Khandaq. Amr bin Abdawad, who was known as the great warrior of that time, and he was of course in the side of the enemies, his reputation was such that one Amr was equivalent to 1,000 people on the other side. That's the reputation that he had. He was also a very rich man. He had an armor that was made of gold and diamonds and rubies and chains, you know, on his chest. He comes forward and he challenges the Muslims. And he says to the Muslims, "Who is it that will come and fight me?" See, Amr says to the Muslims, listen, for you it's a win-win situation. If you defeat me, then you have killed a bad person, you will get Jannah. And he says, if I kill you, then your own prophet has said that you will die a death of a martyr, and so you will get Jannah. Either way, he says, come and fight me, it's a win-win situation for you. But no one wants to fight Amr bin Abdawad. And the history says that when he challenges the Muslims, there is complete silence. And the Holy Prophet stands up and he says, who amongst you will go and fight Amr bin Abdawad? And everybody is sitting there. They are motionless. They are in a way that the history says, it is as if you put a bird, like a pigeon, on their head, and any slight movement, and you know how the pigeons just fly away, even with the slightest of movement, right? That's how still they were. Because they didn't want to give any indication to the Prophet that, yes, I'm ready to go and fight. He asks the first time, and Amirul Mu'mineen gets up, and he says, Ana ya Rasulullah, I will go and fight. And the Holy Prophet says to Ali ibn Abi Talib, sit down. And then he asks again, who amongst you will go and fight Amr bin Abdawad? And everybody is silent. And Amirul Mu'mineen gets up again and he says, Ana ya Rasulullah, I will go and fight. And the Holy Prophet says, sit down. And the third time the Holy Prophet says, who amongst you will go and fight this man, Amr bin Abdawad? And again they are all silent. They don't want to make any movement. And one man again gets up, Amirul Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. And now he says with passion, Ana ya Rasulullah, I will go and fight. And finally the Holy Prophet gives permission to Amirul Mu'mineen. And then he says, now look, the entire embodiment of Iman is now going to fight the entire embodiment of Kufr. Amirul Mu'mineen goes into the battlefield. He says to Amr bin Abdawad, you know, you always used to ask a person you were fighting to articulate 3 wishes that you would at least fulfill one of those 3 wishes before you engaged in a battle and a fight with him. And Amr bin Abdawad looks at Ali ibn Abi Talib and he says, yes, this is still valid. So Ali ibn Abi Talib says, I have 3 wishes, O Amr. And Amr bin Abdawad says, what are your 3 wishes? And Ali ibn Abi Talib says, my first wish to you, Amr, is accept Islam as your religion and acknowledge La ilaha illallah and Muhammadur Rasulullah and the Holy Prophet Muhammad as your prophet. That is my first wish. And Amr says, there is no way that I will do that. Indeed, that's the reason I have come to fight. So why should I do that? Then Amirul Mu'mineen says, then my second wish is leave here and go away and save yourself, O Amr. And Amr says to Amirul Mu'mineen, I can't do that because if I do that, I will become a mockery of the women of Quraysh, that they will say that Amr ran away from the battlefield. I will not do that. Then Amir al-Mu'mineen says that there is no other way. You will now have to fight me. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib fights Amr bin Abdawad in Khandaq. And all of you know about this. As he is about to behead Amr bin Abdawad, then Amr spits on the face of Amir al-Mu'mineen. As he spits on the face of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Ali backs off. He was about to kill Amr bin Abdawad, but when Amr spits on Ali, he backs off. Look at how he is totally in control of his heart. Look at how he is totally annihilated and dissolved in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The heart that is so pure that it only performs at the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He backs off. Even at this intense time, he is completely annihilated in Allah. He is only seeing Allah and nothing else. Amazing capacity. Amazing capacity. He says to himself that my mind would tell me to finish him off, but if I was to do it, there would likely be a hint of selfishness in it. But Ali says that I only perform for the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I only perform as I see Allah in everything that I do. Right? And so he backs off. A person who can carry out an act based on rationalization of the mind and anger and emotions is not a person who is completely dissolved in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No, the heart in which resides only Allah always says that I do everything and I see only Allah in it. This is the mystic sense of Ali, even in the battlefield. And that is why the Prophet gets up and says, Zarbatu aliyin fi yawm al-khandaq afzalu ibadatu as-saqalayn. This one strike of Ali in Khandaq is better than the worship of all humans and jinn from day one until the day of Qiyamah. Why? Because this shows that even in this most intense moment, even that strike of Ali is that of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dissolved in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, immersed in the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is why it is better than the worship of humans and jinn. Ali had in fact surpassed that level of annihilation and fana and emerged after annihilation as an individual that has the capacity to manifest the names and attributes of Allah to its fullest extent possible in a harmonized and integrated way. Insane Kamil, the most perfect human being. In the Battle of Uhud, you know, the Battle of Uhud is an interesting battle. I wish we had time to talk about the Battle of Uhud. The Battle of Uhud is that battle where it is even now amongst some Muslims, there is still a debate as to who actually won this battle. The Prophet tells his people not to leave their place, but they see the war booty, and they see that the war booty is going to be divided amongst some of these other people, so they go against the order of the Prophet. And as they go against the order of the Prophet and they descend from that mountaintop where they were told to remain, they get attacked from behind. And the Prophet now is wounded. The Prophet is wounded. All the companions of the Prophet run away and they leave him alone. The Prophet is wounded. He loses his teeth. He gets really wounded in this battlefield. Everybody has left him. As he lies on that field in Uhud, from the corner of his eyes, he sees that there is one person who is still continuing the battle. At the corner of his eye, he sees there is one person still continuing the battle. Ali is fighting with a person. And as Ali fights this person, his sword becomes bent. He gets out, he dismounts from his horse, he straightens that sword, and he continues to fight. The sword gets bent again, he dismounts again, he straightens the sword, and he continues to fight. Finally, he is about to kill that person, that enemy of his that he was fighting. Just as he is about to kill him, that man says to Amir al-Mu'mineen, he says, "Oh Ali, I have heard that you are as generous as you are brave." And Amir al-Mu'mineen looks at him and smiles. He says, "I want something from you. I have seen your bravery, I have seen your courage, but now I want to see your generosity." And Amir al-Mu'mineen says to him, "What is it that you want?" And the man says, "I want this sword that is in your hands." And Amir al-Mu'mineen smiles and he throws that sword towards that man in such a way that that act of Amir al-Mu'mineen's generosity in the peak of battle touches the heart of this person. And he says to Amir al-Mu'mineen, he says, "What a great man you are. The peak of courage in battlefield, and at the same time the peak of generosity in the most intense time in the battlefield." His heart gets softened. He starts to, he connects with Amir al-Mu'mineen, and he says to the Amir al-Mu'mineen, he says, "Oh Amir al-Mu'mineen, I want to convert to this Islam, but I have heard you yourself say that you are a servant amongst the servants of the Holy Prophet. And I think to myself, if the status of the servant is so high, how high will be the status of the master? So, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, take me quickly to meet the Holy Prophet." Now Amir al-Mu'mineen comes to the aid of the Holy Prophet, and he brings this new Muslim with him, the one that he was just fighting a few moments ago. He now brings him with him. They come to the Holy Prophet. The Holy Prophet looks at Ali ibn Abi Talib. And as he looks at Ali ibn Abi Talib, and he says to Ali ibn Talib, amazing thing that the Holy Prophet says. He looks at Ali and he says, "Oh Ali, everybody left the battlefield. Everybody fled the battlefield. Oh Ali, you didn't go?" Wow, what a question the Holy Prophet has said. Ali, you didn't go? Now I gotta tell you, if I had been in the position of Amir al-Mu'mineen, I would have said to the Holy Prophet, "How could I leave you, O my Prophet? How could I leave you alone?" Or I would have said to the Holy Prophet, "I am very brave. I will fight all of them. I will do whatever it needs to be done in order to be with you." I would have said all of those things. But look at the reply of Amir al-Mu'mineen. When the Prophet said, "Oh Ali, you didn't go?" Amir al-Mu'mineen replies, "A'akfuru ba'd al-Iman? A'akfuru ba'd al-Iman? O Prophet, should I become a kafir after bringing faith?" Allah. Should I become a kafir after bringing faith? What a response from Amir al-Mu'mineen. Ali is making it clear. The definition of Iman is the definition where the totality of your being has to be immersed in Allah and has to be in the obedience of the Holy Prophet at all time. Because by being in the obedience of the Holy Prophet at all time, you are immersed in God and you are only acting at the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. उर्दू में कहते हैं, अली इब्न अबी तालिब कहता है, अकफरु बाद अल ईमान, क्या मैं ईमान लाने के बाद काफिर बन जाऊं? ईमान का डेफिनेशन अली इब्न अबी तालिब बता रहे हैं। जो शख्स ईमान लाता है वो फिर हर वक्त रसूल के साथ होता है और इताअत रसूल में होता है, क्योंकि अगर वो रसूल को छोड़ के अगर जाता है तो वो कुफ्र में चला जाता है, कुफ्र में। इसलिए अजीजों, हम ये बहस नहीं करते एक जाहिलाना बहस है कि पहले ईमान कौन लाया, बाद में ईमान कौन लाया, पहले ईमान लाने वाला मर्द में कौन था, औरतों में कौन था, बाद में ईमान कौन लाया। ये एक जाहिलाना बहस है। हम ये बहस में पढ़ते ही नहीं कि पहले ईमान कौन लाया और बाद में ईमान कौन लाया। हम तो ये जानना चाहते हैं कि ईमान लाने के बाद ईमान पे बाकी कौन रहा और कुफ्र में कौन चला गया। ये This is Ali ibn Abi Talib. There is a battle going on, another battle. Look at the state of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Huh? There is a battle going on, and it is the battle of Siffin. And Amir al-Mu'mineen had a very close relationship with Malik Ashtar. And Malik Ashtar was a very close companion and friend of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, after one of the battles in Siffin, both Malik and Imam are on their horses and they are now riding slowly back to their own camp. That small battle has finished and they are riding back to their own camp. And Imam asked Malik, Malik, tell me, how many did you kill today? And Malik looks at Amir al-Mu'mineen and he says, oh Amir al-Mu'mineen, I attacked from left and I attacked from the right and the front and the back. And whosoever of the enemy came in my way, I killed all of them. But now Malik says to Amir al-Mu'mineen, O Abu Hassan, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, how many did you kill? And Imam Ali smiles at Malik and he says to Malik, Malik, look, when I went into the battlefield, whenever an enemy came in front of me, he says, I would first look deep into the eyes of the enemy. And he says, when I looked deep into the eyes of the enemy, if I saw the birth of even one believer, for up to the next 70 generations, I would not kill that person. I would just wound him and leave him. Because that birth of one true believer is enough for me to spare the life of even my enemy. Completely dissolved in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Completely dissolved in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, there is a sermon in Nahjul Balagha, and I think it's sermon 155, and there is a conversation that's happening between Amir al-Mu'mineen and the Holy Prophet. And Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam, he alludes to this conversation because it was a conversation where he was very upset. It was after a battlefield. It was after a battle in the battlefield. And Amir al-Mu'mineen was in that battle. And he was very upset that he had not tasted martyrdom despite the Holy Prophet promising him that he would be martyred. And I think it was after the Battle of Uhud. So him and Rasulullah were talking. And the Prophet said to our first Imam, he said, "O Abu Hassan, my Amir al-Mu'mineen was crying because he had not tasted the martyrdom. But now the Prophet says to Amir al-Mu'mineen, he says, "O Abu Hassan, after my death, my ummah will not be good to you. And you will have to face many calamities, and you will have to face oppression." And he says to Amir al-Mu'mineen, "O Amir al-Mu'mineen, there will come a day when you will be martyred in the masjid, in the position of sajda. You will be in prostration and you will be martyred in that position." And tears were flowing from the cheeks of the Holy Prophet. Then the Holy Prophet says, "O Ali, when you face these calamities and oppression, tell me, what will your sabr be like at that time?" What a question he is asking. The Holy Prophet says that when you are facing these calamities and when you are about to be martyred in the position of sajda in the masjid by your own people, then tell me, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, what will your sabr be like at that time? And Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib replies to the Holy Prophet and he says, "O Holy Prophet, may my mother and my father be sacrificed for you. I have only one question for you. What is it, O Amir al-Mu'mineen? What is it, O Abu al-Hasan?" And Amir al-Mu'mineen says to the Holy Prophet, "O Prophet, when such a time comes, will I be on the path of truth? Will I be on haqq?" And the Holy Prophet replies, "Of course, Ali. Of course, Abu al-Hasan. You will be on haqq. You will be on the path of truth." And then Amir al-Mu'mineen finally smiles and he says to the Holy Prophet, "Oh my Holy Prophet, in that case, if I am going to be on the path of haqq and on the path of truth, in that case, when that time of tribulation comes upon me, it will not be a time of patience for me. It will be a time of shukr and thankfulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for me." This is the state of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Even in the battlefield, he is completely annihilated in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today, on this night of Qadr, Allah descends a Quran, "Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr." Allah descends a Quran. The Quran descends onto the heart of Insan Qadr. Allah descends a Quran on this night, yet at the same time, another Quran, the Quran al-Natiq, Ali ibn Abi Talib, will ascend back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tonight, I remember the hadith of the Prophet, in which he says, "O Ali, you and I are the fathers of this ummah. We are the fathers of this ummah." Understand what the Holy Prophet is saying. He is saying that tonight, we, the followers of Amir al-Mu'mineen, have become orphans on this night. It is the 19th night of the holy month of Ramadan. And Amir al-Mu'mineen is invited in the house of Kulthum. He was invited to do iftar in the house of Kulthum. And he comes to the house. Kulthum says to her father, "Oh father, come and sit down." But Kulthum looks at Amir al-Mu'mineen and she sees that he is in a state where he is a little bit anxious and he is a little bit agitated. Kulthum looks at her father and she says to her father, "What is it, oh father? You do not look like yourself tonight." And Amir al-Mu'mineen looks at Kulthum and says, "Oh my daughter, I feel a bit of anxiety in my heart. My heartbeat is faster. It seems to me that today is that day when I will be visiting my Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." The time of iftar comes. Kulthum takes some bread, she takes some salt, and she takes some milk, and she puts it for Amir al-Mu'mineen. Amir al-Mu'mineen looks at Kulthum and he says to Kulthum, "Oh my daughter, have you ever seen Ali take more than 2 things in iftar?" Kulthum tries to take away the salt, but Amir al-Mu'mineen says to Kulthum, "Take away the milk, for Ali ibn Abi Talib will break his fast just with a little bit of bread and some salt." Amir al-Mu'mineen breaks the fast. Now the night starts to progress, and as the night starts to progress, Ali ibn Abi Talib is in the house. He starts to do the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he says to Kulthum, "Oh Kulthum, leave me alone for a few minutes. I feel a little bit of anxiety and I feel a little bit of agitation. Leave some time for me so that I may worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." And the historians say that every few moments he looks towards the sky, he recites a dua, and he says to himself that tonight is the night where I will be meeting my Lord. he comes back into his room. As the time of Fajr nears, he starts to prepare himself going towards Masjid al-Kufa. As he starts to prepare himself, Kulsum comes forward and she says to Amir al-Mu'mineen, what is the hurry? Why are you going so quickly? There is still some time left. Amir al-Mu'mineen says to Kulsum, he says that I want to go to Masjid al-Kufa and tonight I want to recite that munajat, the munajat that we call the munajat of Masjid al-Kufa, the munajat of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Mawlaya ya Mawla. That munajat Amir al-Mu'mineen wants to recite, and he says that when he recites this munajat, he gets a little bit of tranquility in his heart, for that munajat allows him to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Amir al-Mu'mineen, as he starts to leave the house to go towards the Masjid al-Kufa, the small animals gather around Amir al-Mu'mineen. They start tugging on his abaya, in as if they are saying to Amir al-Mu'mineen, oh Amir al-Mu'mineen, do not go tonight to Masjid al-Kufa. They start to tug onto the abaya of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Amir al-Mu'mineen, he now calls Kulsum. Kulsum comes forward. He says to Kulsum, oh Kulsum, do you see these small animals? And Kulsum says, I do indeed, my father. Amir al-Mu'mineen says that, listen, these small animals are a amana and a gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make sure that you give them food on time. Make sure that you give them water on time. And however much you can, look after them, for they are the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you are not able to look after them, then free them. Otherwise, look after them properly. My heart is saying, oh Amir al-Mu'mineen, perhaps this is the same moment when on the day of Ashura, when Abu Abdullah al-Hussein brought this body of the 6-month-old Ali al-Askar, the body of the 6-month Ali al-Askar, when it was brought to the Khaymaga, perhaps when Kulsum saw the body of Ali al-Askar, she may have remembered this moment that my father used to say that even look after the small animals, yet these people have slaughtered the neck of my 6-month-old Ali al-Asghar from one ear to the other ear. The arrow of Karbala has slaughtered the neck of Ali al-Asghar. Azadarane Hussain Mawla Masjid में आते हैं, एक मर्तबा तहज्जुद की नमाज को अदा किया, मुनाजात अमीर अल-मुमिनीन को ख़त्म किया। जब आज़ान का वक्त हुआ तो मौला ने आज़ान भी दी। जब उसने तो सहने मस्जिद कूफा में गए और एक लोगों को उठाया कि नमाज का वक्त हो गया है। एक आदमी अपने सीने पे सोया था, उसको भी उठाया। अली मेहराब के पास आके आवाज दिया सला। जब सलात की आवाज हुई है, एक शख्स आगे बढ़ता है। मौलाए कायनात ने सलात शुरू की। जब अमीरुल मोमिनीन सजदे में गए हैं, जब सजदे से सर को उठाया है, एक मर्तबा अमीरुल मोमिनीन ने सजदे से सर को उठाया। इब्ने मुलजिम आगे बढ़ा और अमीरुल मोमिनीन के सर मुबारक में एक जहर भरी तलवार का वार किया। जब जहर भरी तलवार का वार किया है, अमीरुल मोमिनीन जमीन पे गिरे हैं। हिदायत के सुतून को आज गिरा दिया गया। अली, आप बहुत खुश नसीब हैं कि आप जब गिरे हैं तो मस्जिद कूफा में गिरे हैं। आवाज आ रही है, जिब्राइल आ गया मस्जिद कूफा के बाहर। जिब्राइल ने अपने ताज को फेंका और एक आवाज दी कि ए कूफियो, आज हिदायत के सुतून को आज शहीद किया गया है। अज़ादारों, अमीरुल मोमिनीन जख्मी है। इमाम हसन और इमाम हुसैन आगे बढ़ते हैं। اور امام حسن نے امیر المؤمنین امام الحسین نے امیر المؤمنین کے سر کو اپنی آغوش میں رکھا. جب سر کو آغوش میں رکھا امیر المؤمنین نے دیکھا کہ حسن کیا امیر المؤمنین کا سر حسن کی آغوش میں ہے. امیر المؤمنین میں آپ کو ایک بات کہنا چاہتا ہوں کہ آپ بڑے خوش نصیب ہیں کہ جب آپ کی شہادت ہو رہی تھی تو آپ کا سر حسن کی آغوش میں موجود تھا. باپ کا سر ہے, بیٹے کی آغوش ہے, لیکن یا علی میں کہتا ہوں اب کربلا میں اس وقت آپ کو آنا چاہیے. اس وقت میں آپ کو بلا رہا ہوں جب ایک بیٹے کا سر ہے اور باپ کی آغوش ہے, بیٹے کا سر ہے اور باپ کی آغوش ہے. میرے آقا نے کہا علی اکبر سے بنیا علی اکبر ذرا اپنے ہاتھ کو میرے گردن پہ ڈال دو تاکہ میں آپ کو خیمہ گاہ تک لے جاؤں. علی اکبر نے امام حسین سے کہا کہ بابا میرا ہاتھ مصروف ہے, برچی کا پھل میرے سینے میں پیوست ہے. میں کہتا ہوں امیر المؤمنین اب آپ کربلا میں آ جائیے, رسول اللہ کو ساتھ میں لے کے آئیے اور جاکہ نبی ابراہیم کو بھی ساتھ لے کے آئیے. دیکھو حسین کی آنکھوں میں کوئی پٹی نہیں, بیٹے کے سینے سے برچی کے پھل کو نکال رہا ہے. ایک مرتبہ اب عبداللہ نے علی اکبر کے سینے سے برچی کے پھل کو نکالا, امام نے برچی نکالی ہے, ایک خون کا فوارہ نکلا. امام زمانہ زیارت ناہیہ میں کہتے ہیں کہ میرا سلام ہو اس باپ پہ کہ جس کے ہاتھ میں اپنے بیٹے کی کلیجہ تھا. وَسَيَعْلَمُ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا أَيَّامَ انقلب ينقلبون إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this night of Qadr that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our amals. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our supplications. May Allah accept all our du'as, inshallah. We pray to you, Ya Allah, with the wasila of Amir al-Mu'mineen. The Mu'mineen around the world are enveloped in this COVID-19 pandemic. O Allah, give the strength and the courage to the frontline workers who are saving lives so that they may be able to be safe and secure. And O Allah, give...
السلام عليك يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا نبي الله. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا سيد الوصيين. السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله الحسين أيها الشهيد بكربلاء. السلام على 9 المعصومين من ذريتك علي بن الحسين زين العابدين ومحمد بن علي الباقر وجعفر بن محمد الصادق وموسى بن جعفر الكاظم وعلي بن موسى الرضا ومحمد بن علي التقي الجواد وعلي بن محمد النقي الهادي والحسن بن علي العسكري. السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والأمر والزمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان. الأمان 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 من فتنة الزمان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك، وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك، وجعلنا من أنصارك وأعوانك، ورحمة الله وبركاته.